Welcome to another fun-filled episode of Black Opinions Matter, motherfucker. My name's Amin Hassan. Over there is John Gervais. Mariano's gonna be here. We got Blk Tray. And Happy New Year, you filthy animals. Happy fucking New Year. I don't want to hear this shit after January 7th, so get it all out right now. Got a hell of a fucking show for you. Before I tell you what's on the show, I got to tell you about patreon.com/countthedings. It's where we do all of our extra content, like the Cinephobe special edition episodes, like the BOMM overflows. Oh, you thought it was over because Insecure and Curb Your Enthusiasm are over? Psych. We're still doing it. We're still doing it. We're going to do one for the Insecure documentary, and we're going to do one next week because Righteous Gemstones and Euphoria come back. More on that later. But as far as today's episode, as always, we give you a good recap of the next two episodes of Oz, season 4, episodes 9 and 10. A lot of funny characters like Omar White get introduced, a lot of craziness. We're going to talk to you guys about the best and the worst things you've learned from the pandemic. Trey came up with this question. I thought it was a great question. We got some real ass answers. No shenanigans, just some real heartfelt stuff from all four of us. But what did you do for New Year's? We'll talk about that as well. And, you know, whether New Year's as a concept is a very kind of young person's thing and that we're all too washed to do. Back to the banter.
Fucking Mike Glennon. Bro, it's Mike Glennon. I'm not watching.
I'm shocked Mari didn't watch a second of that though.
I'm not shocked. Nigga, no. I like being happy and shit. Like I enjoy my happiness and my freedom in my life and shit. You know what I mean? So
fam, you had hit me a couple weeks ago. I think
you talking about when we beat y'all. I didn't tag you in anything.
You ain't tagged me nothing on Twitter. I swear to God, you did. But it's okay. In my mind, you did.
Yeah,
that's cool. That's cool. In my mind, you did. I didn't even want to hit you last week, but it looks like my boys is in the playoffs, fam.
Okay.
Who? The Eagles?
Bird gang, dog.
That's hilarious. I watched my team win a nasty ass game. That shit was gross.
That game was disgusting.
I don't even know what Trey's team is, to be honest.
The Rams.
It's the Rams. It's the Rams. It's the only LA team. It's the only LA.
I thought you were gonna say Cowboys for some reason.
I used to be a Cowboys fan.
Yeah, but you can't wear no cowboy. Or you can wear no cowboy shit in your neighborhood, right?
No, my mom.
You can't wear nothing over there, nigga.
Yeah, really, low key. It's a hood. It's a hood. Everything. So choose wisely, my nigga.
That's the shit. I remember I watched Banging in Little Rock.
Oh,
and that was the first time I understood. Like I always thought, okay. Niggas wear, red shirts and blue shirts, and that's it. Yep. And then like, nah, nigga, if you want Cowboys, it means Crips, always, wild out, blood.
Yeah. Even like, all that shit. I remember when Nipsey passed and Dom had put his, I want to say he put like something on the New York hat, on the Yankees hat, and people didn't understand it. And it's like, bro, that's a real, you know what I mean? That hat means something out there, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that shit. Yeah. It's a different type of time. Yo, we got a fun rundown today.
Oh yeah. Oh, we recording. Oh shit, my bad.
Well, we're recording. I just
matter. Welcome. Okay, yeah, that's cool. Yeah, we clip all this. Yeah, put all.
Where's Sean being diphead ass at?
He back working?
I don't know, dog.
Hell nah. He out here sending his toes to the chat.
Fun show, like Trey said. Lots of shit to get to. Blk Tray's here. John Gervais is producing, and welcome back, Mariano. Hey, from Rap Names. What's up,
Fuck
man?
Is the deal, man? From all kind of shit, man. These days, you know what I'm saying? I'm chilling, man. I'm chilling out though. What's good?
Are we allowed to say the other shit or no?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Officially working for Baron Davis Enterprises.
Yes,
Slick
sir.
Entertainment, doing the social media for them. Shout out to you, Mariano.
I appreciate you, man.
Happier stories, I think, for 2022.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I appreciate that, my nigga.
Congrats, gang.
Appreciate it.
Congrats, my guy.
Appreciate that. Yeah, man. I mean, that shit is that shit been a long time in the making, man. Long time coming and shit. I remember somebody hit me up, when I announced the news and shit, and they was like, dog, like, nigga, I remember you used to have to like take a break from like work, nigga, to do the pod and do the, you know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, this been a long journey, nigga. Like, we've been out here, y'all niggas know, you know what I'm saying? So
I thought they were gonna talk about the other shit you had to take a break from.
Nah.
I was like, damn.
I made everybody agree behind closed doors to never speak of that, you know what I'm saying?
There
so it's all a myth. It's all a myth.
Shout out to, what was that man, the Serbian dude's name from fucking Power? Oh man. By the way, speaking of Power, I went back. I don't know why, but I rewatched Lou Young's his shit, like the Jamel Hill interview.
No, Lou is hilarious.
No,
nigga said fucked her up with that one. That's his shit right there, because the nigga said, if the police did, why they bothering me? Why don't they? It's one of them. Fucked her up with that one. Nigga said stupid.
Oh my god. But yo, it's we're gonna talk about Oz. There was no Power this week. Power's off again, so we're gonna talk about Oz at some point. We got some new characters on Oz that I'm very excited for, because now I feel like we're really catching momentum to when Oz was really like a powerhouse. But before that, let's are we talking about New Year's, or are we talking about Sean's toes, man? Let's be keep it 100.
Man,
right,
listen, dog. I'm gonna say this right now, right? Because it's one thing to show up at your house, whatever, and you knew I was gonna come through ahead of time. Like, I come through the crib, we chilling, whatever, with the homies, and you happen to have your feet out. Put some socks on, first of all. I don't give a fuck if you stay there or not. It's just, we here now. Put some socks on. And I even understand if you trying to send a nigga a picture of a shirt you bought or some shit, you in the crib and whatever, and your feet is in the background and whatever, crop them shits out. But to send your feet to the chat blatantly, like this is what you meant to do, and show us both of your feet, almost snap your Achilles getting that pick off, it's flagrant foul, man. We cannot have it. We can't have it.
Full flexion going. It wasn't just like he said his feet were dangling. That nigga had his shit like extended, and
this
out,
nigga looked like he was in
the
therapy, like trying to push down, like he trying to do some workout to get his shit back right or something. Like, what's up with him?
The nigga foot was full spread, like how a chick showing off her engagement ring.
I'm just glad he ain't have
for real.
Foot,
exactly. When they be taking that picture with the hand like this. That's what it looks like. Where is he? He said he's in Florida.
Yeah, he's ducked off in an
he better be in somewhere that sells socks or require you to wear socks or something. Nigga.
He might be there when I get there. Who knows? Shit.
Nigga, wow.
Going to Florida in a couple of days.
You be taking some wild ass long breaks.
Florida man sends naked feet to his group chat. Like, that's gonna be the headline, nigga, because he down there in Florida.
Shit. What did everybody do for their New Year's, man? What'd y'all do?
I didn't do shit, bro. I was asleep before the ball dropped.
Man.
I mean, like honestly though, like, no, seriously, when you think about New Year's Eve parties, do you really do that?
Nah.
I did it this year because it had been 3 years literally, because obviously nothing happened last year. And then the year before that, 19 into 20, I was sick with what I suspect was COVID before people knew what COVID was. Because I caught it on Christmas, and I was literally bedridden until January 2nd. And it was a fever, it was a cough, I was sick on every level. Yeah. I didn't have the loss of taste and smell, but I just thought it was like, yo, this is one real fucked up flu that I have. So I was bedridden 1920. So 18-19 was the last time I went out. So I already put in my mind, yo, I'm going out. I'm either Pfizer's about to be my +1 or Omicron is about to be my +1. But either or, I'm going out. Laid low for the whole month. Went to a party downtown, and it wasn't worth it, y'all, man. I mean, like, it was all right.
Is it
definitely? Ever? I mean,
but is it ever worth it though?
Yeah, I'll tell you when it is worth it. So January 1st, woke up January 1st and said, you know what? Fuck it. I said I'm not going to movie theaters and all that shit. I hadn't been to a movie since 2019.
Right.
But I said I'm going to watch Spider-Man.
Okay.
And when I watched Spider-Man, and the theater was empty, but there were still people in there. But like afterwards, when I walked out, I said to myself, yo, if I catch COVID because I went and watched Spider-Man, it was worth it. That movie was good enough for me to be like,
Okay.
I'd risk Omicron to watch this.
I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at niggas
Spider-Man-
having like they
Spider-Man was
boundaries
fire.
for what they would and wouldn't catch COVID for.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because if you do catch it, you got to have a story with it. Like I caught it, but I was out there trying to do this, so I respect it. I was chilling, man. I was chilling. I was roséed out and smoking some good ice cream cake. So
Nice.
I was chilling, dog. Like I really just had a super calm, you know what I'm saying? Family stopped over for a little bit, like the next day, you know what I mean? But like New Year's Eve and shit, man, we was chilling. Like you said, I was in the bed looking up like, damn, it gotta be 11:50. Nigga, it was 9:30 Eastern time. And I'm like, yo, what the fuck? Like, hurry up. Like, come on. You know what I'm saying?
Now,
but that was about it, dog.
Let me ask you this. For well, I guess Jerv, what did you do? Did you do anything or you was
I started
hashtag Wash King?
I was washed. I went to bed at 8:30. I set my alarm for 11:30, woke up, saw the ball drop, and went back to sleep.
So, nigga,
That's a
hashtag
funny
Wash King.
That's a funny ass alarm. To wake back up for that? Nigga, that shit like watching a Lakers game. I'll find the score out tomorrow, nigga.
Nah, dog.
Where you already know the result.
I don't want to wake up and the world be over. Like, you know what I mean? Like I don't want it to be like the meme.
Nigga living that Y2K.
You know what's crazy? We watched Don't Look Up on New Year's Eve and shit. We was watching that.
It's a good movie.
Actually, it ended up being a better movie than I thought it would. Like when it started out, I was like, oh, this is gonna be some goofy shit. Like they got Leo goofed out, kind of, you know what I'm saying? But it ended up being a hell of a movie, though. I like it. I fuck with it.
Yeah, I fuck with it too, man. My favorite part is when she just spend the whole movie just like, he's a 4-star general.
Mm-hmm.
Why is he doing this?
Why is he overcharging? Why is he charging niggas for free shit?
Why is he charging for snacks?
That was good.
Yeah, man, and and it just goes to show us that like white people will pet anything, dog. They don't care. They don't give a fuck if they never seen it before in their life. They will go up and pet it. They definitely will.
I end up
this the joint on Netflix. I didn't see this joint yet.
Yeah, it's on Netflix.
Yeah.
I end up punning New Year's Eve for my birthday. You got to make the choice.
Oh, yeah. No, that's
okay.
The worst thing that could happen for Trey, that's true. You go out on New Year's Eve, you catch that shit, and because of that, you got to cancel your big Miami birthday. Not
see, there we go. Another thing, like you said, I respect that. I respect that.
So it was the choice.
So let me ask a question, because all three of you guys were hashtag Wash King for whatever the reason. If COVID wasn't a thing, like if we were over COVID's over, people going out doing their thing, do you think y'all would have gone out and sought something out, or was you was tapped out anyway?
I done went to somebody's house for sure. Like I done went to somebody's crib. Well, right. let me not guess it. I'm a church dude on New Year's Eve, believe it or not.
Really?
Yeah, I've been going to church on New Year's Eve for since fucking college.
Really?
Yeah.
You at the Hampton and you was going to on New Year's Eve, all of that fine pussy running around, and you was going to church?
It's Christmas break, so I was never there.
Oh,
I was never there. I was always hearing shit, and I was wifed up, bro. I was wifed up in college, and she went to college. I mean, she went to church and shit. That's how I got put on the church. Church
you don't really. Wait, hold on. That's does that count?
I've been going since, like, you know what I mean? I ain't with her no more.
Going.
Like, I kept going.
Yeah, I don't think I would. Because I'm not the going out being in the mix ass nigga like anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like it would have had to been something real. Like if one of y'all, if one of y'all came down here and was like, look, I'm out there for the weekend or I'm out there for whatever, I would have came out for sure. But like just regular, just go somewhere and do something. Like nah, I was with my kids and I was chilling.
Yeah.
Bro.
Yo, New Year's Eve costs too much, bro, to go out. Like honest to God, truth.
I'm a bad dad, man. I get like the worst thing possible for me spending New Year's with my kids. They can't stay up anyway. Like, what am I doing?
Yeah, and you niggas just gonna be drinking Martinelli apple cider anyway.
Yeah, I'm trying. I won't lie. I'd rather a house party for sure.
That's the type of shit I prefer. Really, I ain't gonna lie to you.
House party, 100%.
So I'm gonna be honest. I'm burnt out on New Year's Eve because at the particular time of being entourage, those dudes always go extreme. They go 10
But
times
they
10,000.
go to club though, right?
They go to clubs. They go to like these sick ass parties for no, like you're there, but like you're kind of like,
Right.
all right, my nigga. Like
but Trey,
you can't. You're not allowed to feel tired.
But you're not you're burnt out on those. But would I be correct in saying that, like what Jerv said, it's a house party and like it's a true house party where you kind of know everybody or most of the people. It's not at a huge mansion. It's at someone's actual apartment or house.
Yeah, nah, I don't get to that point for me. It was like
You've never done one of those?
Nah, not for New Year's. Because before that I was an athlete. So like, niggas can't drink. We play the next night. Like, you know what I mean? You could, but like I don't want to, I didn't get hangovers, but I don't want to have like a fucking like beer or wine or whatever the fuck I was. At that time I was drinking Patron. So I had no Patron on my stomach, nigga, trying to hoop. I be throwing up. And your coach smell you, like nigga might try to run you.
Yeah, you gonna
hate Patron.
As soon as you guard a nigga, they gonna be like, oh yeah.
Jerv, I was a trend drinker at the time, bro. Anything a rapper.
Oh no. I'm not knocking you because I drink it too. And then I went somewhere and they kind of like shit on me because I wanted Patron, and then I got schooled to different levels of tequila and all that shit or whatever. Yeah. Oh, but bro, please. I was like on Belvedere, fucking all that shit. Like,
Patron was top shelf in Iowa.
Are we gonna look down on double pour Patron on a little bit of rocks with a little bit of lime? We gotta look down on that era.
I mean, I was a broke college student, bro, and I was firing it up, bro. Patron was $5. $5.
I had that shit. I think last time I had that shit was like 20. Well, last time I was like on it like that was like 2010, some shit like that, maybe. It was a long time ago, bro.
I remember Red Berry Ciroc coming out. Red Berry Ciroc, bro.
Yo, I've never had Ciroc.
For real?
I drank Red Berry Ciroc. Yeah,
I had so much cheap vodka in college that like I can't even fuck with vodka.
Red Berry Ciroc with
can't fuck
Simply
with
Raspberry.
But you know what's crazy? Rappers' alcoholic brands were like designer. When you pulled up to a house party and shouts to DZ, friend of the pod, but DZ would throw Taco Tuesdays, right? Back in the day when Twitter first like got public, 2009, he would do these Zodiac parties where it was like Virgo, Capricorn, and he would make the tacos, right? This nigga, you only had to pay like $2 to get in, right? But niggas would like basically try to front and bring in their bottles. So, niggas got the taco vodka, the cheap shit, the party shit. And me, I always been an extra out nigga. So I would pull up with like Grey Goose. You know what I mean? Like the it bottle at that time. I remember Ludacris had Conjure. Nigga, I had Conjure. Nigga, like I was pulling up with shit like that. I remember
you was really copping like the rapper.
Yeah,
the like scissor and shit like that. You was buying shit like that.
Boy, we was
whoa.
We never had that shit. We was looking for that, nigga.
Whoa,
wait,
scissor. So hold on, niggas got relaxed.
So
scissor is different though.
So scissor never made it to the Scissor never made it to the West, but I had it when I came to the East to visit Marcus Williams. That was the first time.
Wait, are we talking about the same shit?
The purple. Yeah. We talking no, we ain't talking about Houston Scissor. We're talking about the one that's shaped like Hypnotic.
The fucking
the actual
Cameron
brand.
It was Jim Jones, right?
Oh,
he never had
man. I thought niggas was out here confessing to some wild time.
No, we ain't drinking no syrup,
like
bro.
Tariq.
No, but Scissor was like in the bottle, like Hypnotic type shit, and they had the label.
It was a liqueur,
it was on the East Coast. It never made it to the West. Hypnotic was trash. But what I would do, again, I think we've all drank Incredible Hulk, but I actually mixed Hypnotic with Nuvo.
I like it with Hennessy.
Yeah.
Incredible.
It's good with Hennessy. It was good with Hennessy.
So you like the I'm guessing you drink Alizé with Hennessy also then, right? At one point in time.
Thug Passion, man, and had a bandana.
I did, Thug Passion.
And no shirt.
I never was interested, man. Even when I got older, there's a shit called Thug Passion. It just didn't, I don't know.
Again, here we go. Listen, my NBA friends was trying every potential trend, bro. We were drinking. I remember we drunk Bumpy Face Gin, bro.
Yeah.
Who the fuck is Bumpy Face Gin?
The Seagram's bottle, nigga. They call it. They call. We were drinking Seagram. They were calling it Bumpy Face though.
Nigga, that was like one of like there's some
that shit went platinum in the hood.
I call introductory alcohol. Seagram's gin, fucking E&J. What else is the introductory alcohol? I feel like these are the ones.
Bacardi 150 wines.
Bacardi for sure.
Bacardi Lemon for sure. Yep. Bacardi 151 is like this is level 2, Trey. Man, that's when you're like, that's when you discover.
Lemon, dog.
That Lemon.
But that was my first ever drink though. We talked about this.
Cuervo, yeah, Cuervo for
Absolutely.
sure.
I never was a Cuervo nigga.
Yo, on the low, I might still order Cuervo sometimes.
Nah, relax.
Jerv, you a sex on the beach ass nigga, bro. You order sex on the beach or adios motherfucker.
Adios motherfuckers can go. Man. Adios motherfuckers
my stuff straight now.
Adios motherfuckers the blue Long Island, basically.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Oh, we call that a blue motorcycle.
I remember you said that, bro. We're not gonna go back down that memory lane. Oh man.
Blue motorcycle. That's what it was called in Virginia.
Yo, so I put on the rundown since we on this, and I wanted to like reflect since we're in a new year. It's been almost 20 something plus months, right? Since the pandemic. Yeah. What's been the plus that you got from it, and what's been the negative you got from it? Because it ain't been all negative for everybody.
Yeah. It definitely hasn't. I think for me, I saw a lot of people that was like saying the negative was they had to be at home more. I'm already a homebody, so that part really didn't affect me. Like it didn't really change anything about my day-to-day, type of shit. I think other than that, it was just kind of like the traveling shit, trying to travel back home to see family and trying to have them come down here. That might have been like the toughest part for me, for us personally. But the positives is like when you for everybody, right? Like when you have to be at home more, it forces you to sit down and deal with yourself. It's not about like, oh, I got to deal with my family. It's like, nah, but you have to deal with you first because you're so used to getting up and going on the go so fast that, you might just be leaving out the house. You're not even really getting ready for the day, really. You know what I'm saying? Like for the most part, you're just trying to get through it, get to the next day. So it forced a lot of people to really sit down and probably have some tough conversations with themselves. Like, damn, like what the fuck am I doing? Like, how am I moving? Whatever. So I feel like that was the positive that I saw. But like, it stopped me from spending a lot of money. I say that's another positive because boy, when I came back outside for a minute, I was like, yeah, I ain't missed this shit at all. So take my ass back in the house where I belong, nigga. You know what I mean?
It's $200 as soon as you step out the door, my man. No matter what you do.
Yeah, I ain't got
Jerv, what was one of your positives, dog, that you got from the quarantine?
So I mean, it's based honestly and truthfully, it's just another spin on what Mari said. Being that like I was fortunate enough to start working from home during the pandemic. So I've been basically home with my daughter all the time. You know what I mean? I know I'm not going to get that time back. Like, you know what I mean? That's a rare opportunity because eventually it's going to come a point where it's just not going to be like that. She's going to be in school and all those things. So being able to just be in the crib, I actually hate being home. I'm a person that likes to go to other people's houses and stuff like that and just be there all day rather than be at my own house.
Cold for Martin ass nigga.
Yeah, like I'm gonna pull up. So like, I do miss out on that. I mean, the natural negative is, is like, the losses and things like that. People that, people that fell victim.
Have y'all lost anybody you knew from COVID?
Yeah. At the beginning of it, one of my older cousins, and like another, like friend of the family that's been around so long that it's like family type of thing. But those happen, I want to say maybe like some months apart, and when it happens, it's one of those things where it's like when it first started happening, a lot of people was online like, well, I don't know nobody that got it, so I don't know. And it's like I'm sitting back like, bro, I know a couple people, that got this shit and it's serious, you know what I mean? So it's like but yeah, man, this shit is still going on, like it's getting worse.
This shit right now is what they said the first one was. When it was like, if you just go outside and just breathe, like you got it. Shit. Like I don't even want to open my window. Yeah. I'm like not even trying to be funny. Like I don't want to open my window.
Yeah.
I'll be opening my window. Amin, what about you? Any positives and negatives through the pandemic?
positive was I got into the best shape I've been in like the last maybe 7 or 8 years. The negative is I lost it all. In the last like 5 months, I got reverted all the way back. No, seriously, it's funny. The negative for me is easy. It's just living in. I'm not saying this in the way that like anti-vaxxers say it. Like you guys are living in fear. Like I truly am living in fear. Like I'm worried, and I'm not worried for myself. I don't give a shit if I catch it. Like I think I'm one of those idiots who thinks I'm tough enough to beat it, but like I worry about bringing it home.
Yeah,
because obviously my parents live with me, and I don't want them to have to deal with anything,
right.
even if it's just like them being sick and then having to get over it. Or whatever.
Yeah.
I just don't want to be the reason. So that part sucks because you're always kind of thinking about it. The positive, I don't know. I quit my job in the middle of that shit and it worked out. So
Yeah.
I guess that's the positive. Like,
yeah, real nigga.
I would say this. I wouldn't have done that. I don't think I would have quit like that if it hadn't been for the shit that because I quit December of 2020, excuse me. But like starting from like May of 2020, I was changing because, like Mari said, we're all at home and it forces you to do like some real self-evaluation type shit.
Yep.
And I realized like I didn't want to work there anymore. It just more than anything, it was just like I'd outgrown what that life was going to be for me. So I wanted to do something different, but I didn't know if I could do it. And I mean, frankly, I still don't know if I can do it, but I'm trying to do it right now.
Yeah,
and,
but you're doing it. Yeah, that's the important part is that you were like doing the work. You know what I mean? And like, and that's the kind of shit that I was talking about. Like a couple days ago. Like, I had to ask myself a lot of times, like, do I really deserve what I'm asking for? Like, do I deserve it?
Right.
I want it, but do I deserve it? And if I couldn't say definitively yes, I know I'm doing the work, whatever. Like, I had to work harder. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just what it is, dog. Like, you can't sit up there and like manifest this life you want and not do any work. Like, that's not how like manifesting something works. It's not just sit down in a dark room and think about it enough and it's gonna show up at your front door. It's like make your intentions clear and do the work. You know what I'm saying? And keep doing the work.
For me, it was, to be honest with you, Mari, like I'm the opposite in the sense that I don't think anybody, it's never about deserve. Because I don't see niggas who don't do shit and get
that too
and be wildly successful. And I see people who are super talented, who work hard and all that shit. And I'm like, how is it possible that I see this fraud over here blowing up and this person who is talented not? So for me, it was more about how much more can you tolerate? Like, how bad do you want this thing?
Yeah.
Because that's what it comes down to. Like, it's bad enough that I'm willing to walk off a cliff with no guarantee that the parachute's going to open or not. And you just do it. Now, what COVID did for me, to answer Trey's question, is make me ask that question. Because I think if like things, because I was in a routine, you go, I got to fly to LA, I do the jump, but I would have never probably walked off that cliff. Because I'd be like, nah, it's all right. Like, it's not everything I've ever wanted to do, but it pays the bills. And, what else am I going to do? And COVID made me start to re-examine that. Like, is this what I want to do with my life? Or do I want to try something else?
That's important. And the part you said about like not wanting to like bring this shit home, like I still was, having to go to work. So like I still had to be extra safe because I'm like, I don't want to be the reason, why, that's anybody in my, my family catches it. And then there's also like that time, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm here with them and shit, but the time that I'm spending away from them, trying to provide for them, it doesn't make sense. You know what I'm saying? Like I was listening to Dame talk about this recently. Like you want to be this great provider, like you want to, but you spend way more time away from them than you are with them. So when you get those little moments, you gotta like try to like jam pack in a lot of shit you didn't get a chance to do. And it's like that's no way to live. You know what I mean? Like it's really not. And the reality is like a lot of people do have to, do that to provide and shit. It's just a trap. You know what I mean? Like that shit don't make you feel good. You know what I mean? Like you got to do what you got to do to eat, to provide. I had to really, I got uncomfortable enough and being like, you know what? Nah, I got to do something else. So that's really what it is.
Yeah.
As for me, Shit, man. It's been crazy 20 months, bro. I moved across the country to a place I never lived.
For real. Well, I mean,
Oh,
like we're talking since the beginning of COVID, Trey, you got a job in
yeah.
something that
Like,
you got. Like I feel I'm confident I can say this on your behalf. Some shit you never believe you would ever
done
like,
before
not
in my
even
life.
believe. You would never imagine. You would never fantasize about that shit.
I didn't know it
Right?
existed.
For real.
It wasn't in my space, you know what I'm saying? So like to be able, like, and obviously we've talked about it before, but just more so like I was a little bit unhappy teaching. People tried to pry me away from my job. I mean, I was grateful to have a job, but like people were trying to get me to quit and I couldn't lead the kids until I felt like I wasn't supported. And when I wasn't supported,
Right.
when I really needed them to, and I actually feared, I'm not scared of much, but like knowing something was happening and we had no answer for it, it was like, so you want me to risk my life and y'all just gonna replace me? And when it got to that point, I was just like, fuck it. You know what I'm saying?
It's funny.
So when I did
It's
that,
funny.
I did it before I even knew I was actually going to be pursued by other companies to be hired by something.
Right.
You know
But
what I mean?
that's the funniest part of your story is that they, I don't know if they even understand it. Like if they just behave like 10%, maybe even
they keep
more.
me. And
Yeah, like you would have never,
Right.
none of this
I
shit would
never
ever
was
happen.
thinking. This is the thing. I had multiple media outlets reaching out, wanting me to cover sports. I said, no, I want to teach. I've been teaching for 6 years. I planned on teaching for 20. Well, if I was going to do it, I was going to do it at this particular school. Right. And in a particular time, there was no PPE, which is just protective, gear for us to wear. We were just wearing cloth masks. But for the world to shut down and then expect someone who's never been trained to teach little kids online.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then say do it again.
That shit was rough. That shit was rough. Like watching my kids have to deal, like their teachers deal with them. That shit was rough. I had to like really, I've always had respect for teachers, but that shit made me respect these teachers on a whole new level, bro, because you have to teach some kids and you're not even there really. Like you have to keep their attention on a screen and they don't want to sit there for that long. And it's like, man, this is, I will forever salute that forever.
So then while that's all happening, the George Floyd shit happens.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm really questioning everything because I'm like, all right, well, am I happy with how I'm living life? Am I doing something about it? It's COVID. Should I be a foot soldier out there and be active? You know what I mean? Like I didn't have nobody in Arizona. So like, I'm just chilling. But for me to walk away from my job, I didn't even walk away from my job because I had job opportunities. I walked away because that was my last straw. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
that was just my last straw in life. Like it was like, I live in Arizona. I like Arizona. I would have stayed in Arizona, but the fact that I'm not being supported, dealing with, like I was dealing with a lot of political shit. I got accused of being racist. You know what I mean? I was dealing with some stuff with my, my assistants and all kind of stuff. And the fact that I was being questioned, it was an easy walk away. So I gave them a good cleanup PR and allowed them to do that. But in the passion, I'm trying to help a friend who got furloughed create something. And we ended up in Forbes. I didn't think of it like that. You know what I'm saying? Sorry, Jerv, for not telling you again. You know what I mean? Nigga feelings was hurt off of that. But like,
it's all good, dog.
But it was all strategic, man. It turned out me and Drew ended up at White and Kennedy, which I moved to New York, man. I'm working at the #1 ad agency in the world, creating dope shit that people love. And it's scary, dude, because you going into the Michael Jordan of jobs and expected to do well immediately. That's the thing. It's one thing for people to be like, oh man, we joke, damn nigga, you live in New York, you making some money, but like it's a lot of pressure every day to deliver because I'm dealing with a lot of money every day to create. So in those instances, we had a joke the first couple of months, like, yo, at least if the check clear, I still got my job.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I never had met any. Think about this. Through COVID, you never met a physical person from your job. Right. You got hired at a job. I never met anybody.
Yeah.
Think about that. Y'all been working at your jobs. You met at least one person. I never had met anybody. It was just virtual. Like, I don't know if you tall. I don't know if you short. I don't know nothing about you. So like to see it that way, I was just like, and you know, you trying to be cool. You trying to get cool with everybody. You cracking jokes on Zoom. The jokes is delayed. You like, I don't know when I should speak. When I
damn, I don't know if they heard me.
I don't know if it's one of them type of shit. Am I talking too much? You know what I mean? And you know, like everybody made me feel comfortable. So that was one thing. And then now, man, adjusting to life now, it's just kind of like, you know, I remember you talking about your situation, and you know, we chatted a couple of times, and it was just more so encouraging and watching Amin make his jump. It is what it is. You know what I mean? It was only the right time because we're at home. Like, I'm more creative than anything now. Like, I don't like going outside as much as most people. If you know me personally, I'm more of an indoor person than anything. Like, if I'm outside, it's probably because I'm supporting you, and I'm probably gonna leave without telling you I'm leaving. You know what I'm saying? It's just being honest. So
I'm you know, you touched on a lot of important shit. But like y'all niggas like inspire me, you know what I mean, to want to like walk away from something like you said that's like more for sure than something else. You know what I mean? Like that's you doing social media for this company or whatever. And I gotta give a lot of that credit to like Ben, because like when Ben approached me with the opportunity, I looked at it like I ain't never look at myself as no social media manager. Like I'm just a nigga that been on social media, bro. That's a whole different ball game. You know what I'm saying?
No,
like,
that's a whole job. It's a whole job, nigga.
Yeah, it's a whole job. Yeah, you feel me? So like
nigga, you literally, it would be like saying like, you know, like you hoop every day, and then someone says, hey man, do you want to try playing basketball professionally? Like, I've never thought about that. Like, the whole job is what you're doing already. You go, you get shot up.
Yeah, and that's the thing though. Like I looked at my like a lot of times you look at yourself as one thing, right? Like that's why like a lot of rap niggas start off rapping, they end up being producers, because they was like, I wanted to make it as a rapper, but somebody else saw something in me as a producer, or whatever. So like it was one of them type of things for me where I took a chance on it and was like, all right, cool, I'm gonna do that. And in the process of doing that shit, I had to take a lot of like, you know, I'm taking days off of work to invest in my side shit. You know what I'm saying? To try to turn that into what I want to be doing full time. And that shit wasn't a guarantee that it was gonna work. It wasn't a guarantee that somebody was gonna say yes and say, yeah, we fuck with you, we want to pay you to do this shit. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of that shit is me just being open-minded enough to see what somebody else sees that I can do, and then do that shit and just like understand that it's still a risk, but I'm gonna do the work though. You know what I'm saying? So seeing shit like that, Trey, like what you did, and like this nigga, Amin, like that shit is, you know what I mean? Like it's crazy. It's like, bro, these niggas is right here. This shit is happening, dog. Like you can do it. Like, you feel me?
Yeah. I mean, you know, I told you, dog. Like,
absolutely. We talked through the whole process. Yeah.
I used to tell my nigga, like, straight up, bro. I remember the first time we made that jump and I quit teaching and it didn't work out.
Yeah.
A lot of niggas don't know that.
Yeah, because you kept a lot of niggas the whole process. I'm gonna say that. Trey kept it 100.
Yeah, spotlight. I was being honest with him. I said, look, that's a gamble, my nigga. Look, I want you to do it, but do understand, y'all niggas got families. I don't. I could eat 25-cent burgers and eat my crow for a little bit.
Hey, nigga, if you
got
find
a kid,
out where they got 25-cent burgers, let me know, niggas. Them motherfuckers probably hitting. Let me know.
Nah, but it was at one point in time. Shit, me and I don't know if Waz cares, but me and Waz was nigga squatting for like months, nigga. Like, you know what I mean? Trying to figure out our next bill, my nigga. And you know, I'm super proud of Waz, and you know what I mean? Like, again, nigga, I found out who was my true homies a lot, you know what I mean? Who held me down during that time, you know what I'm saying? Shouts to them even letting me crash on the couch. Like, I was fucked up. And just to be able to like, you know, like take a deep breath and be like, this life. You up top, you low, but you still got another day to fix that shit.
And take your shoes off when you come with my shit.
Yeah,
because I work out for this shit, nigga.
Now.
But keep your socks on.
Yes.
Always keep your socks on.
Let's you of the lady persuasion with nice feet. Then I'm speaking for me. Yeah, that's not.
By the way, listeners, we just talking about this as motivation. If you scared going into,
that's just motivational purposes only.
Yeah, but I just know that we're kind of close to not going back into this, but just more so if anybody's scared at this particular time. You know, do know that you're not alone and other people have done it. You know what I'm saying? With less help.
Yeah.
Not dead ass though.
You know what I mean? Because you might have people not gonna see the shit, but like you understand that like you ain't gonna fail. It's just gonna be some tougher times that niggas ain't gonna get. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's the main shit.
It like I said, man. You don't get it twisted. Like obviously you got to do the work and you got to be prepared and all that shit. But there ain't no guarantees. You at the end of the day, you stepping off a jumping out of a plane. You're like, I hope
like a Joe song. Do Joe got a song called No Guarantees? That sounds like a Joe song title. Let me look that up right now.
No,
but be aware of the decision that you made. Yes. Not no one else. Like don't.
Yeah, you got to know. You jumping out that plane. You hitting that cord. It could be a Chico the Barge. It could be a parachute. It could be a piano.
That's cut. Yeah,
like you got to. Yeah,
if you ever watch the motherfucking Wile E. Coyote and the Roadrunner, nigga, it might be an anvil in that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
The backup's an anvil. Hey, the first one's a piano.
Hey, but guess what though? That nigga Wile E. Coyote got blew up 931 times. Nigga came back every time though. You feel me? Like if that ain't motivation, nigga, I don't know what to tell you. They couldn't fuck with him.
Yo, speaking of people that can't be fucked with, Oz, we back. So basically real time when it aired, the second half of season 4 came on like 6 months later, or 4 months later, excuse me, because the first half of season 4 ended in August with Adebisi dying when Kareem Saeed kills him, and then they don't pick back up until January. So there was. I know for us, because we've just been going week by week, it's continuous. But in the world of Oz, that shit had a long break in there. We come back, we got the first thing that's happening is they want to shoot a TV segment for like a 60 minutes type program where they're going to tour the facility, going to talk to people, and then the host of the show, Jack Eldridge, is going to spend the night in a cell with one of the actual prisoners. And everyone on the call right now is shaking their head because we all understand, my nigga, this might be the dumbest idea anyone has ever had in the history of television. Right?
It wasn't even not only dumb, but it was just like, you know, that nigga drove me nuts when he would clear his throat before he was about to go live.
Yo, you can't be a dick and do these type of stories. Like, dude was a straight up asshole. Like, yo, they didn't do any research to find out that the person they're putting him in the cell with is someone he has history with.
He did. He said he did, but he just knew. He thought he could beat the odds because he had brain shit going on.
Because the nigga was dumb or not dumb, but he's brain damaged and he's on medication. So they thought this was the safest bet. The safest bet is safest bet. You go ahead.
No, I'm saying, but he tipped it off too when he was like, "Yeah, I ain't been taking my meds, and I've been seeing you." I don't know, Jerv, you missed that part or not? But
I saw that part.
Yeah, but that was like the easy because he is already seeing flashes of him anyway. So it was kind of like teasing into that moment of like, nigga, you thought you was too smart to go, you know, bunk with Cyril. And it's like, nigga, that nigga still Cyril at the end of the day.
Yeah. Yo, I mean, like for me, like here's the thing. If they told you got to spend one night in Oz, who would be the person that you would pick to be your cellmate?
What's my man name that escaped? The old boy.
Busmalis.
Yeah, I'm chilling with him.
Busmalis.
It's good money with him right there.
Nah, cause he ain't fucking with you like that. He might snap on your ass.
No. The other one is the one that snaps.
Rebadow is the one that snaps.
Rebadow might kill me.
You know, I might go with bro in the wheelchair.
Well, that's what I'm about to say. I think I could get a nigga against this.
We're gonna have a good conversation.
It ain't even you guys are thinking about it like that. I'm thinking about like who's not gonna.
I know how you're thinking.
I'm like,
but he ain't gonna. No, but he not. But he also not gonna try to do nothing to me.
Yeah, well, I mean that's why. You're not doing it because of the conversation, Trey. You're doing it because you know he's not gonna do shit. That's why you're doing it.
Yeah.
Trey's like, oh no, we have a lot of comments.
I know who the first person I went.
He be getting bullied in that motherfucker for sure. So I'm cool. I made the right choice.
What's my man name from the 5 Heartbeats? I know I wouldn't have picked it. I know when I found that I was supposed to go with him, I'd be like, no.
Omar White.
Keen? Or no, Omar White.
Omar, yeah.
Omar White.
Yeah. Nah, my man had a shakes, bro.
The introduction to Omar White, this top 5 might be top 3 character in Oz history for me. This nigga is hilarious. Every fucking time he's on screen, he's my Maria Sophia. Every time he's on screen, I die laughing. First of all, he's mad shaky, and he's got like that crackhead kind of lack of logic going. Like, so when he meets the TV producer and she tells him the mistake you made was letting the little girl live because he killed this woman. Why did he kill the woman again? What was his reasoning?
I forgot, bro. He just snapped.
Whatever. He kills this woman in front of her child. The child ends up testifying, and that's how the nigga got in jail. The producer says you shouldn't have let the kid live. You're gonna do it like that. The mistake was not killing the little girl. And this nigga Omar White looks at her and like, word? Like he's like legitimately considering this as oh shit, yeah, that's a good point. Like I never thought about it that way. He's so fucking hilarious, man. More on him in a second. The TV producer is a woman. She's walking around. She's kind of touring the prison. Of course, these niggas are like children. First of all, everybody want to be on TV. That's one. So they all show it out. Hoyt pulls out his dick and says, hey, baby, how about a little head? And he just shakes his dick at her. They interview the different inmates. He interviews Beecher and asks him about his experience in Oz. And he says a lot of shit. And she asks him about Keller. He says, yeah, like do you get along about, or is it singing the choir together? And then later on, Keller uses the same line. Now, the only time, that's why Trey said snap. Because when the cameras came around Busmalis, that's the only time I've ever seen him flip out. Do you get that camera out of my fucking face? And I was like, Busmalis cussed. The nigga never cusses.
Yeah, they asked him about the escaping, right? He was like, oh, this is the man that escaped or whatever.
Yeah. So he wasn't with it. Also, Busmalis is friends again with Ribido. If a nigga tried to kill you, could you ever be friends again with that person? Like literally try to murder you in your sleep.
I mean, if Gucci and Jeezy can share a stage, I guess anything is possible nowadays, my brother.
So that nigga
allegedly,
your homeboys are in a coffin, man. That's
smoking on that bookie low.
Trey, could you be friends with someone who actively tried to murder you in your sleep?
You know what? I'm gonna say yeah, bro, because I'm just strange, bro, like that. I don't, because I've seen it. The typical answer would be no, right? But I'm just, again, Christian wise, I'm too forgiving, bro.
Really, on some like religious shit, you would be like, Jesus forgave Judas.
Yeah, nah. I don't know why. Maybe I'm programmed. I don't know.
That's why Jesus is better than us, brother, because he's able to do things like that. You try to kill me in my sleep. I can't fuck with you.
Jerv, what's it called? God forgives, I don't.
That's a great title, by the way. Still one of the GOAT titles.
One of the great titles. Shout out to Ricky Rose. Okay, so everyone's showing out for the camera. They interviewing Schillinger. Some nigga in the background says, Schillinger's a pussy. I fucking laughed. And then Omar White gets to his cell. He's coincidentally cellmates with Augustus Hill in the wheelchair. Omar White's first 3 questions to Augustus are you a cripple? Number 2.
Nah.
What did he say?
He said, I'm physically challenged.
Yeah. Number 2, you got any tits? Right? You looking for some drugs, right? His third question is, you ain't no F word, which is the slur for a homophobic slur. And I'm like, God damn, man. Like, this is one hell of an introduction to somebody. Then they show him walking around the cell block, literally begging niggas for drugs. Come on, please, man. Come on, please. I'll pay you. I'm like, yo, I was dying laughing.
Yo, my man been in Oz for every bit of like 5 hours, and he's
Dog,
already
5 hours.
like,
5 hours. 5 minutes. He just got here. Yo, shout out to in episode 10, they let him out of solitary. And Supreme says, yo, tell them da da da. And then the nigga come back and like, damn, nigga, you just set a record. You back already? Oh my God. Yo, more Omar White. He gets hyped by O'Reilly. Yo, that motherfucker said you like sucking dick. He thought about Jack Eldridge because we find out that O'Reilly hates Eldridge because Eldridge did a piece on him and Cyril when they were younger, and it made them look like shit, right? So he's O'Reilly in O'Reilly fashion, like, I'm gonna get this nigga killed, but by somebody else. So he tells Omar, yo, I heard this. He said you like sucking cocks and shit. And this nigga Omar flips out. And the moment he sees him, he don't even wait till like spend the night and then do it. Like right then and there, just goes at him. How do you not love this dude, Jerv?
Yo, honestly,
Jerv's turn on character sucks, man.
I'm cool on the shaking and shit. Like I'm like, damn, boy been in Oz for like 3 minutes, and he's like, he's just already going through withdrawal.
But he's a real nigga. That nigga, that's his typecast. He always be doing that in every movie he in.
And that's probably what it is, bro.
That nigga be moving in Sugar Hill and 5 Heartbeats. The nigga got the same typecast, bro. In every movie he's in, bro, he be doing that shit.
This the nigga said, Omar White said, I'm gonna be a TV star like Martin Lawrence or Bart Simpson.
I love that line.
Yo, I laughed so hard. That nigga said Martin Lawrence or Bart Simpson.
That's a range, boy.
Oh my God. What else happens? The TV crew finds out about Adebisi because Poet tells them. So then Eldridge tries to find out. No one wants to talk. He confronts Saeed. He gasses up Saeed before the interview, but then on camera asks him about killing Adebisi. Saeed gets mad and leaves. McManus snitches about the tapes to the producer, which I don't know why he did that. Leo destroys the tapes because Quarren tells him, why do you still have them shits, which is a good point. And so that kind of dies. They put my man in the cell with Cyril. Cyril reveals he's not been taking his meds, starts having flashbacks of, I guess, their mom watched that newscast or that segment about them when they were kids, and she was crying. Cyril flips the fuck out, beats the shit out of him. And my man said, I hope the camera's still running. And that's the end of episode 9. Episode 10, McManus unveils what's going to be like a theme throughout this season. They put a cage in the middle of the common area. Instead of niggas, oh my God, I just laughed when I saw my next note. Instead of niggas getting thrown in the hole, they get thrown in the cage. Everyone's kind of yelling. Keller raises his hand. McManus calls on him. Keller says, yeah, how big is your penis? I said, these niggas are high school kids for real, man. Badass high school kids. Alvarez is caught. They throw him back in solitary. Guerra comes to Omar at the cafeteria, tries to get him to kill Alvarez. Omar tells Guerra, you know what, man? I don't know what it is. Something about you rubs me the wrong way. I don't know if it's your eye or the way you sound or whatever. And it's funny because I kind of feel the same thing too when I look at Garrett. That nigga's just weird, right? There's something about him that's just weird. So Omar White stabs him. But he stabs him as a result. Like, how is that a rational response? But oh well.
And and then goes to solitaire and tells my man, what you call it? Yo,
Alvarez.
You owe me, dog.
Yeah, you owe me.
He literally said, "You owe me, dog." That was funny.
I mean, he does, man. Shit, that nigga tried to get him to get. Not only did he not kill you, but he killed the nigga trying to kill you. Of course, he owes him. Fuck yeah, I would say the same shit.
Why do they hate Alvarez so much? Outside of the fact that they're saying he's not really.
Well, he snitched. They think he snitched. Remember, or not snitched, but like remember when they were coming to do the bust, Alvarez saw it coming and he walks out the cell. And then so everybody else got in trouble instead of him. But also just because Alvarez is just like he's a cockroach, man. Like motherfuckers want him dead and he won't die. Officer Howell has O'Reilly sent back to the hole. Well, O'Reilly now so she can fuck him some more because he's been ignoring her. Now here's the funny shit. When she comes to him in the hole, that nigga's lying on the ground, his hands behind his head, his leg crossed, and he's like whistling. Like the nigga just chilling. I've never seen anyone chill in the hole like that. That nigga was just like wasting time. She comes in there, forces him to fuck her. Dr. Nathan is back. Yada yada yada. This is kind of boring to me. She turns out she loves O'Reilly because of what he did and all that shit. Yeah. My man Leo has a new assistant. Her name's Floria. Floria is like a bunch of girls that I went to college with. She reminds me of so many girls I went to college with. And she's mad organized and she's not scared of working in prison. And I don't remember this, but I'm looking at her and I'm looking at Leo and he's like, oh, he's about to fuck. Right?
I was just about to ask you that. Like, yo, I can't remember if he does or not, but he has to, right? Like,
yeah, I don't remember, but like I'm pretty sure he's gonna fuck just by the way they set everything up. In the same way that McManus is trying to fuck the Asian interpreter, Chinese interpreter. This nigga's the thirstiest nigga alive, man.
Yo, dog, he asked the reporter out too, right? Oh, no, he didn't ask the reporter out.
No, yeah, it was the Chinese interpreter. He did ask Dr. Nathan back. He's like, yo, you want to get something to eat? And she's like, nah, I'm good. And like, no, I'm not trying to fuck. I really just mean dinner. She's like, nah, I'm good.
That's crazy that he's that wild that he has to go, no, I'm not trying to fuck you. I just literally like, get some to eat.
The other crazy shit is like, you look at him like, this nigga's fucking, but I guess he is, man. I guess that persistence pays off one way or another.
I mean, they ain't got no other options there.
Couple of other characters who get introduced. Jerv, we finally made it. Luke Perry, the Reverend Cloutier. He out here.
Yeah. They didn't tell us what he did yet, right? I forget what
he did. Embezzled. He embezzled money. Remember, he stole money from the church.
Oh, so he's like a modern. What he was like? He was supposed to be
Joel Osteen or whatever. Or
yeah, but like Joel, he wasn't out yet. Right back then. So it'd be what was my man Tammy and
hold on, the evangelist. What was it? Evangelist
Tammy Lee Baker or whatever her name
Tammy
was.
Lee Baker.
That was the lady, but her husband was the one that was embezzling, right? I think
Tammy Faye Baker.
I remember these.
Yeah,
they were selling the holy water and shit.
Jim Baker or James Baker, James Orson Baker. Yeah.
Side note. It's funny. Like we talking about that. Not to go on that down that road, but like on like that 3-4 o'clock in the morning on those CW type channels.
The 700 Club.
They were selling holy water for $29.99. I'm like, yo, that's crazy.
They're out of control. By the way, this is a good time for us to pump next week. Righteous Gemstones on Overflow. We're gonna be reviewing that. So that starts next Sunday. So that means we'll record it on Monday and Tuesday. The Overflow will be on Righteous Gemstones. And is Euphoria back that same week? Y'all watch Euphoria?
I do.
I don't remember Euphoria. What's that?
Euphoria is the one with Zendaya, with the kids in high school and they're all fucking drug addicts.
Nah, I never seen that. I mean, I can watch it, but
Really good. I would say watch it. Watch it because, yeah, watch it. That shit is dope. It's a great show. I mean, it is legitimately a great show.
Wow.
And it's super depressing.
I'll be the judge.
No. Like this is, it's because it has none of like there's no magic or anything. It's like just kids on drugs, but like not in a fun way, like in a real depressing, like, yo, these kids are fucked up now.
Like the movie Kids type shit.
Yes, like the movie Kids, like that type of shit. All right, let me. We're coming up on an hour here, so let me try and wrap this up real quick. The other character that gets introduced is Burr Redding. Burr Redding's the old dude who's now the leader of the homeboys, as they call them, the black guys. Burr Redding always talks at the side of his mouth like this. What the fuck are you talking about? Never talks normal. Like his shit is always at the side of his head, and he got like this walk. And he walks, that nigga like glides and shit. They try to put the murder of the Chinese immigrants on Burr Redding because Morales wants him out and shit, but we'll see that. That's going to be developing. And then finally, Kareem Saeed. You see the anger. Do you guys see his anger issues starting? Pay attention to that.
Yeah.
That's something that's going to develop. Any thoughts on these 2 episodes?
What's my man name again? That was the 5%. No disrespect, the 5% or whatever it is.
Supreme
free
Allah.
My man Supreme. Free my man Supreme Allah, man. Get him out the hole. He needs to be back.
He said, back.
He said, let everybody know I'm back.
Yeah,
Supreme.
He told Omar White that when Omar White left solitary, and then he came back and he said, "Damn, nigga,
he said, damn, you back already? Yeah,
it must be some sort of record." Oh man, all right. Well, let's wrap it up here. Again, thanks a lot to Mari for stopping by. Patreon.com/countthedings. Make sure you're subscribed. You get the overflow episodes. Like I said, we'll do Euphoria. We'll do Righteous Gemstones. Is that both of those return next Sunday? Also next week episode on the regular episode, we'll get back to Power and more Lou Young videos, hopefully. And other than that, thank you for listening and subscribing. And Happy New Year, everybody. Again, I don't want to hear this shit again after next week.